What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. In this video we're going to be doing a draft champions draft. As you guys may know, I'm going to Santa Clara, Levi's Stadium next in 2 weeks, and we're going to be competing for $50,000 in prizes. There's eight finalists: me, Mo, Shugs, Neff, D Jones, Boogs, Skimbo, and Tenacious. And the grand champion out of this 8-man single elimination tournament will be taking on $20,000 for first place. And I say 50K because that's spread out, over the through all the finalists. Everyone's going to take home something at this point. So in this upcoming week, I'm going to be locked in on draft champions, just trying to prep for the tournament. I'll be uploading some drafts, and if you want a chance to play this team that I'm about to draft, then you guys just must like the video, leave a comment with the hashtag game and hashtag the takeover, and I'll choose a random person from YouTube to play me live tomorrow on Twitch, and that's twitch.tv/problem_Wright. So without further ado, let's get into a draft. And before you go into a draft, as far as strategy goes, you guys need to figure out what you guys like to do as far as your team goes. For me personally, I like a balanced roster. Ideally, I'd like to draft 7 players on offense and 8 on defense, and that's typically what I'm looking for. So before you head in here, you need to figure out what you like to do and fit your team around what your playbook is and your style of play is. So if you're a passing player, you might not want to pick a running playbook, and vice versa. So for me, 3-4 defense is probably the most important at this point in the year. I do like Seattle's offense and the Bucks offense probably better than San Diego, but since they're both 4-3 playbooks, I'm going to go with the 3-4 and Mike McCoy and the Chargers as my playbook. So we're going to go ahead and start it off right there. Now, getting into the first round, guys, you want to make sure you scroll around a little bit. Take a look at your base players as good as possible. So I have one offense and 2 defensive players here. So I want to take a look and see if I see anything that's going to be like someone that's usable. And right off the bat, if you look at your right outside linebacker, Malcolm Smith is a monster. And in the 3-4 even, he can play on the line. You can use him, to play 3-4 outside linebacker. He's fast. You can use him as a user. He's 89 speed, and he's just a monster at that position. So that's one person I see on defense that's usable. Looking through, don't see anybody else. Let's go look at the offensive side of the ball where we have this right guard. And linemen, I feel like none of the linemen are anyone that you would like to have there. So I don't really look at that position to have base players from left tackle to right tackle. There's Eric Flowers, who has 97 strength, and he's okay, but I really don't rely on any of these low-rated offensive linemen to get the job done. I just don't feel like they can do it. So as you look at the receivers, there's nobody there. Running backs, nobody. Quarterback, nobody. So I don't have no base offensive players, in my opinion, that are usable. So now let's get into these selections. We have a right guard who's 87 strength, 79 speed, which is good for pulling with the 81 excel. You have 88 run block, 82 pass block, and I am, mostly going to be a runner, so I do like that he has 88 run block. Let's look at the strong safety. He's a little bit slower than I like, 86 speed with 80 zone. And you guys know zone is my main thing. And then we have David Harris, who's 80 speed, 73 zone, which is a liability. And you can't user him because he's just too slow. So I think the right choice here is Shaq Mason, who's the right guard, and we just beast up our O-line early in the draft. We're going to go ahead and go with Mason. Okay, second round, and we'll start from left to right each round. So we start off with Armani Bryant, who's the left outside linebacker, 83 speed, 86 tackle, 91 excel. 78 strength is a little bit lower than what I'd like. Block shed 78, pursuit 85, 92 hit power. But I mean, he's 78 overall. You can't really expect him to be the world's best left outside linebacker. D tackle 71 speed, 88 strength, 79 tackle, 77 block shed. Power move is really low. Finesse move is 81, so he really doesn't offer anything crazy. Babineau. And then Tremaine Brock, who's really slower than I'd like at the cornerback spot as well for draft champions. So I think, based off of just these ratings alone, I mean, we're going to have to go with Armani Bryant, and we're going to stick him at left outside linebacker, where he'll be our starting left outside linebacker. All right, third round coming up. we have Ndamukong Suh, Stephen Tuitt, and Marshall Yanda. Oh man, this is an elite round, and it's gonna be tough to decide right here because every player is really good at their spot. So starting with Suh, 74 speed, 96 strength, 95 power, absolute monster. The right end is a little bit slower than I like, but he does have good strength, power move, and block shed, so he'll be a monster in the run game, and then he's just gonna hold up really well. Should be a really good player. We did draft the right guard already. I don't like taking 2 right guards because one of them is going to be out of position on the left side, but Yanda's a monster as well. So of these 3 guys, I think it's probably best to go with Ndamukong Suh just because he sits in the middle and take up a ton of space, and I feel like it's really somebody that we can, you know, start the defense off with as far as the defensive line goes, and just add an end there, and then we should be good to go and set on the line. I think Suh's just a great person to have on this team right here for 3-4 purposes. All right, 4th round. We got free safety Raheem Moore, who's 84 speed. He's not draftable. 88 speed Byron Maxwell, or a left outside linebacker that's 76 speed. Just based off of the speed rating, we're going Byron Maxwell. 2 other guys are just too slow for their position. Round 5. Max Williams, who's a Madden monster. 86 speed, 88 catch, 92 spec catch, 88 catch in traffic. It's really a snap pick here. Browner's 80 speed, never going to draft an 80 speed corner. And Kenny Britt's just a little bit too slow for my liking at the receiver position. He's slower than this tight end. So, you know, speed is the biggest rating in the game. You know, whether people want to believe that or not, still, it's the biggest rating. Which is why Fred Jackson at 81 speed is not draftable. Or James Jones at 82. So by default, we're taking the center. Every single time, I'm never going to take a player that's so slow that he can't, you know, get open, or he can't, you know, break big runs. Just makes 0 sense to do that. Again, 85 speed corner, we'll knock him out. All right, so we have Tank Carradine, who's 81 speed, 87 strength. He's really good Madden-wise for being a low-rated player with that 96 power move as well. And then we have DeMarcus Ware, who can really set the edge on the right side, on the left side of the field. He's a right outside linebacker. And he could come on, you're going to be blitzing him. Monster. I'm going to go D. Ware here. Carradine is good, but I'm going to go D. Ware in this spot.
Kind of an interesting choice there.
All right, guys, round 8 coming up.
That he's going to thrive in the system.
We have Tom Brady. I'd love to get a quarterback, but there's 2 here, as you see. So Tom Brady, Robert Quinn, and then there's Teddy Bridgewater. So there's 2 quarterbacks available. I always want to draft a quarterback, so we can knock that out right now if we can. And, you know, judging on Tom Brady and Teddy Bridgewater, okay, let's go stat for stat. 91 throw power compared to 95. 94 throw short, 96, 87. That's his throw short, mid, and deep. So we got 94, 88, 87. So you see that Teddy holds up fairly well. You know, he's the same in short and deep. His mid is just lower by 8 points. But the big factor for me, like I stated earlier, is just the speed factor and having that mobility. And that's just so big to me at the quarterback position. So we're going to knock out quarterback, which is the most important position on your team, and we're going to go with Teddy Bridgewater.
Interesting choice. I think the question you have to ask, though, is he the
All right,
right
so round
guy
9 coming up, guys. We already have a tight end, so unless I'm going 2 tight ends set, we're probably not going to take him. But this round does look very, very tricky. There's a fullback, 89 overall Sherman, 78 speed, 97 run block. So if you're an I-form person, he might fit your personnel. For me, he just doesn't fit what I like to do. I'm not going to have a lead blocker most of the time. I'm going to be in 3 wide sets, 1 running back, 1 tight end. And 82 speed Steve Smith, not draftable. So in this spot here, we're going to go Greg Olsen. One of my tight ends is going to play slot receiver, or you know, the middle of the pack. He might play fullback. He's going to be, you know, be in that spot. Him and Max Williams will be my 2 tight ends. All right, guys. Round 10, I haven't picked up a running back. This is just not the running back that is my ideal back in this spot. He's 85 speed, just a little bit too slow for my liking. His juke moves 90. Yeah, that's good, but when you're 85 speed, 86 excel, like really, you're not going to get anywhere. Alshon Jeffrey, a monster in the passing game. I do like him. And then we have 84 overall, Jimmy Smith. We only have 1 corner now. He's 88 zone, 94 press, And I feel like Jimmy Smith is such a good Madden cornerback that I think he's too good to pass up in this spot. So we're going to go Jimmy Smith here and lock in our 2 corners at Smith and Maxwell. Round 11 coming up. We already have 2 tight ends. I'm not taking another tight end unless it's Ladarius Green, and he'll play wide receiver. So all tight ends are out at this spot. At this point, right guard or right tackle. Again, I don't like drafting 2 of the same position on the line because one of them's gonna play out of position. So we're gonna go right tackle here, pretty much by default with Lane Johnson. Do need to pick up the left side of the line if you choose to do that. And again, here's a spot by default, guys. I can't take a right tackle because I already have one. I don't want him out of position, and then I already have a quarterback. You should never draft 2 quarterbacks. So I'm gonna go left guard by default. And this guy's really good. 95 strength, 92 run block, 84 pass block. He is a monster. So we're gonna go there. All right, round 13 coming up. We got DRC. Oh,
now it's
wow.
getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get
lucky. So this is what I'm going to do here. So you got DRC Dansby, who's slow for his position, and Munnerlyn. Munnerlyn's the second best corner in this round. We're going to take DRC, and one of my corners is going to move to free safety or strong safety. That's just how it has to be at this point. I got to take the best player available, which is DRC. All right. Round 14, we got left outside linebacker, a tight end. I'm not taking Jimmy Graham, and then we have a left tackle. So I could go left tackle here. I don't have a running back. Running back is something I absolutely need. So I'm pretty much praying for a running back in round 15, which sucks that I have to rely on that. But in this spot, I'm probably just gonna go defense here. Get another linebacker. Oh, this sucks because if I take a left tackle and I don't get a running back, it's like I have a whole offensive line for nothing. And I don't have a receiver. Like I don't know in this spot. We're kind of like in a tough spot. So I'm gonna go left outside linebacker. Yeah, I'm going left outside linebacker and solidify the defensive front. I'm gonna have him, Ware, Bryant. One of them will move to line. Probably Malcolm Smith at the DN spot coming through, but we're hoping for a running back in this last round, guys, and that's probably the most common position for the Legends, and we did not get a running back, unfortunately. We did get 2 brand new players in the last couple weeks. It's Vincent Jackson and Lamar Woodley. I'm not taking another linebacker. As far as receivers go, I don't have one, so I feel like we have to get a receiver here. And free safety, I would love to take Atwater, but we're going Vincent Jackson. We didn't get a running back this draft, which is really, really bad for me. And like I said, ideally, I would love to have a balanced offense, 7 on offense and 8 on defense. And ideally, that's the team I want. However, it just did not work out for me as far as running backs. I'd love to go back and see which running backs, were even available besides Eddie Lacy and Fred Jackson. Off the top of my head, I really can't put my finger on any running backs that were available. But here's my roster, guys. It is 81 overall. Excuse me. Really, I got a really good offensive team, like 4, 5, 6, 7. I drafted 8 offensive players, and then 7 defensive players. So it turned out okay. It's a decent draft. I'd have to fix my depth chart a little bit, due to having 3 corners when I play only 2. But at the end of the day, you have to make what you have work in Draft Champions. So. I have to work with Kyrie Robinson and Kendall Hunter. Not that Kendall Hunter's bad in Niner Nation, but we'll figure it out, guys. If you guys like this team, let me know in the comments. If you guys would like to play, again, like the video, leave a comment with #game, #thetakeover, and I will be selecting one of you guys that do that, to play me live on Twitch tomorrow, twitch.tv/problem_Wright. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. If we do get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of tonight, I will be doing a giveaway on Twitch, and you guys will see, what that is later on today. So that's it for now, guys. Make sure you hit that follow button. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at ProblemWright. If you guys are looking to take your Madden game to the next level, head over to problemsplaybook.com, and big ups to gamersaloon.com, the official sponsor of the movement. If you're looking to play for cash and prizes, head over to gamersaloon.com. Until next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.